And here's the thing, right? Here's another thing that we'll show you, right? Women can have standards, men cannot. Like I said, right? This is the hypocrisy, the double standards. If men have standards, it needs to be criticized. It needs to be, talked about, or I don't know, destroyed, right? But if women have standards, you better support it, right? Women can have standards too, right? All that shit. So
The only person that cares about a body count is an insecure person that's interested in you, but not in the count. Let me explain. The only reason these people care is because they're comparing themselves to people in your past, whether they know them or not. It's just more people from your past that they have to compete with. So it's not really them that has a problem with it, it's their ego. The truth is, this number doesn't matter and won't matter to your right person. And just know 99.9% of the time, if you ask someone their body count, they're gonna lie. Why? Because it's none of your damn business. So stop asking body counts. You look pathetic. The past is in the past. Level up. See you on the next one.
this is the thing, right? It just shows you. This is men's standards do not matter. Level up. It's in the past. But yet women's standards, right? How much money you make, how much your ambition, right? That matters. That's important. Here's the thing. Why you gotta understand the differences. Men's money, which is good, right? I mean, like making money is part of the world. We gotta make money. But this is the thing where it's the insanity. He needs to make this amount. How does that make you a good partner? Right? How does that make you a good partner? Because that doesn't necessarily mean that you won't cheat on her or you won't abuse her or I don't know, any kind of things. It doesn't make the amount of money a man makes does not equate him being a better partner. But yeah, that's women's standards. You need to make a certain amount, usually 100K, right? 100K makes you an amazing man, supposedly. But here's the thing with women that they seem to not understand. Body count. It means a lot because it shows you what type of woman you are. It shows you your discernment. It shows you what you value and what you don't really value. Because here's the thing, where you can have sex with, let's say, 100 men. 100 men. How does that show you that you even value your body? How does that show you that, you know what? You can give something for men so easily. And yet now you require the next man, like let's say you, right, to be a 100K earner, to be amazing, to be 6 foot tall, all these requirements for you to even have access to her. Yet men in her past, hundreds of men, really didn't have to meet that standard, that he could access to her body. Shows you that, you know what? It's her discernment. It's her, it's her. She has very low, what is it? She's poor character. She has poor character judgment, right? Poor judgment in people, or she doesn't even care, right? She doesn't even care about the people she goes with, right? She doesn't even care about the men she interacts with, just given they're in the body. Or a lot of times, you can have sex with rings of terrible men, and that shows you, right? You are attracted to these terrible men. You gave these men your body. That shows you also your character, right? Because a lot of times body count will show these women what kind shows men what character these women have, what type of personality these women have. Okay, and it is very evident that the more sexual partners you have, the harder it is to pair bond with the with this man, right? With the next man. So here, let's talk about this.
The only person that cares about a body count is an insecure person that's interested in you, but not in the count.
When men care about something, he is insecure. When women care about something, you better listen. That's the insanity about it, right? Men's standards equal insecurity. Women's standards are important. You better listen to. You better follow. you better meet up. You better level up too.
Let me explain. The only reason these people care is because they're comparing themselves to people in your past, whether they know them or not. It's just
That's the insanity of it. You think the men are the, and let's say this, right? Yeah, they probably do. But you think men are the only ones who compare? If a woman had 100 sexual partners, you think that the man that she chose, she wouldn't compare him to the other men that she's been with? Women do compare. So really, that's the insanity of it. You said, so that's insecurity that he compared himself to these other men. But he doesn't really know these men like that. So really, his comparison is very vague, right? Unless he asked, he really wouldn't know. So really, in his mind, he may be comparing it, but his comparison wouldn't be all that truthful or very vague. The problem is, which goes with the pair bonding, is women will compare. No duh, women compare men's pea size. And there's nothing new. That's pretty obvious, right? No duh, women compare men's you get it, right? How men of their past treat them, okay? How women have a comparison, and that's the thing. That's the part where it makes them harder to pair bond, because women have such a long list of comparisons that possibly no man can equal. And that's the problem with a lot of women, where the more men she's been with, the more small attributes, right, of each man she likes. The subsequent man, right, maybe you entering this woman's life, well, you might not compare to all these other men, because in her mind, she's been with so many men. Now she's built a man in her mind. Like, he has this quality, he has this P of this man, he has this wallet of this man, he has this look of this man, he has this charm of this man, he has this funniness, sense of humor of this man. You may not equal it, but this is the thing. It's not on his case, right? It's not the thing, because again, if he doesn't compare, he doesn't compare. He wouldn't really care. The problem is she would. And then what makes him care is how she treats him. That's the point. A lot of these women seem to not understand. It happens so many times. The insecurity talk that women do. He's insecure about how much money she makes. He's insecure about her body count. Well, no, he isn't. What makes men insecure is how women treat men, right? Like, let's say this. How much money she makes. Well, she may look down on him because he makes less than her. She may not treat him the same or equal or better because he makes less than her, right? Or body count. She may not be as sexually enthusiastic to have sex with this man because she's been with better, right? She had bigger, she had longer, she had whatever. And she treats him like, oh, okay, she's not that enthusiastic when having sex with him. It's how women treat men because of certain things, right? It's how women treat men because she makes more money than him. It's how women treat men because she's been with so many other men. It's not because men are insecure because you've been with 100 women, 100 men, or make 100 grand more than him. No, because at the end of the day, he don't care. What he does care is how you treat him. That's the point.
more people from your past that they have to compete with. So it's not really them that has a problem with it, it's their ego. The truth is,
It's because women make it a point. It's your men know it. It's your past. He's not competing. Here's the thing. If I'm with a girl, I'm not competing with all her exes because she's not with them. But her exes are with her in her head. That's the thing. That's the thing where you compete with. You're not competing with all these other men that she's not with most of the time, right? Unless she's still messing with them, which is already another red flag. But men's mind, they don't worry about that shit. What they worry about is how these men affected these women. Okay, make these women harder to be with because the trauma, right? I'm not even going with the trauma, right? Being with 100 men or whatever, dozens of men, will also build trauma in these women, build walls that these men have to break down. So another reasoning why body count matters because these interacting with all these men, some of them might not be good interactions, like cheating on them, abusing them, whatever. So now you have to deal with these walls.
This number doesn't matter and won't matter to your right person. And
that's the thing. It's not the number. I mean, 100, 500, that's a lot. But it's not what the number is. It's what it signifies. It's the damage it's done, right? The difficulties it makes being with this woman. Again, it is mindset, right? It is how this woman acts. A woman that is a virgin, okay? A woman that's a virgin would treat a man differently compared to if she wasn't a virgin anymore, if she's been with 100 men, they would treat a man differently. Plain and simple. A virgin, she'll probably be less aggressive, argumentative, difficult to be with, or think that she probably be more enthusiastic with him. She probably more loving, more caring, right? Because this man is maybe her first, or she cares for him, loves him, right? Right? It's like the pair bonding is stronger, right? The love is stronger. Now, that same woman that's been with 100 men, well, she probably think, oh, he's nothing special. I've been there, I've done that. All these things like, oh, I've been hurt, I've been abused, I've been lied to, I don't trust you. I'm gonna fight you on things. It's my way. How difficult to be with, easier to deal with. And I'm not saying go for virgins. I'm not saying that. But as things increase, she only gets harder to deal with. Right? That's the thing. But it's the mindset. It's not about the body count. Okay? It's not about how many men you've been with, which is, I mean, it can be because if you've been with a lot of men, that's just, it's kind of disgusting. But as women get with more men, they don't become easier to deal with. They don't. And here I'm going to be accountable to both. It's both men and women. Body count matters to both men and women, right? I'm saying the count itself matters, right? It affects both men and women. Body count will affect both men and women. The difference is women don't care. Women don't care how necessarily, right? How many women this man has been with. They don't care. Men do.
Just know 99.9% of the time, if you ask someone their body count, they're gonna lie.
If it doesn't matter, why would you lie? Why would you lie if it doesn't matter? You lie because it does. Women will lie because it doesn't sound nice. Women will right away say, I've only been with one man. That's nothing. Women will lie if they know that they've been with 100 men, 50 men, sometimes even 20 men. So really, if it doesn't matter to you, why lie about it? Because you know it does matter. You know it looks bad on you. That's the thing.
Why? Because it's none of your damn business.
And that's the insanity of it. So your past, your history doesn't matter. So what does matter, right? What does matter? So it's fine to keep secrets if you choose it, right? That's the insanity of it. Like, if he's been a criminal in his past, it don't matter, right? It's none of your damn business, right? If he's cheated in all of his relationships, it don't matter. It's none of your damn business, right? It's in the past. It's in the past.
Stop asking body counts. You look pathetic. The past is in the past.
The past is in the past. If I ask this woman, would she will be with a man that's been in 100 relationships and he cheated on all of his relationships, would you be with this man? She's like, I guarantee you, no woman will say yes. I would say, why? The past is the past, right? It don't matter. Cheating in the past doesn't mean that you will cheat in the future, right? Right? So really, what does it matter? This is the insanity of women. This is the hypocrisy, the insanity. Because when their logic only applies to themselves, that's where the delusions and the stupidity comes from. Because that don't make sense. How can that logic only apply to whatever you think is? The past is the past. It will have to apply to everything. Right? If you want to put that logic to say that the past is the past, then whatever someone did in the past does not matter then. Right? Because that it will only make sense if that's applied universally. Because that won't make sense if it's only applied selectively. Because then you choose what it applies to. That means it's biased. And that means it's faulty logic. That's the insanity of it. That's the craziness of it. So, what do you guys think?